Arvind, we've noticed your campaign is very interesting, it's very unique. We've met a lot of people who are coming out in your support. They're from different walks of life. My first question to you would be, how confident are you that a unique campaign model like yours is going to work in the kind of environment, political environment that we actually have in this country?
We are winning, and various surveys are showing this. Yogendra Yadav, who is the best cephalogist in the country, he got a survey done last week, according to which 47% people in Delhi are saying that they want to give a chance to Aam Aadmi Party, and compared to that only 29% people are favoring BJP and 25% people are favoring Congress. So number one is that Aam Aadmi Party is forming the government with overwhelming majority. The reason for that is many people are saying it's a new party. Yes, it's a new party. But what is it based on? It's based on truth and sincerity. And that is what the people have seen in the last. Why is it? You see, we don't have money, and you know that we don't have money. We don't have all the paraphernalia that you would see in any other party. But what is it that is driving people towards us? What is that magnetic force? It's only and only truth. And that is what has kept us alive in the last 2 years of Anna movement. Because in the last 2 years, every single kind of conspiracy was hatched against us to kill the movement, to kill us, to destroy us completely. Everything was done. But it is only our perseverance for truth, and we did not waver even a single bit. That is kept us intact.
Right. Also, Arvind, there certainly seems to be popular support on the ground, but are you concerned that a lot of times this does not translate into votes? Because, you know, your movement has been extremely popular. There's no doubt about that. We've seen groundswell of support at places like Jantar Mantar, Ramlila Maidan. But this is electoral politics that you've now entered. You're against the big players like the Congress and the BJP. Is there a concern that, yes, people are coming forward and expressing support? Will this convert into votes?
It is already happening. That is what the surveys are showing. You see, in these surveys, the person is asked to actually cast his vote. So sometimes what happens is that there are many popular movements in which you see that in rallies thousands of people came, but it did not translate into votes. It does happen many times. But this particular thing, people are seeing us as an alternative. Today, a few TV channels got surveys done about 15 days back or about a month back, and they were projecting us as kingmakers now. They are projecting that it is going to be a hung assembly and Aam Aadmi Party would be a kingmaker. But in the last 15 days, firstly, our popularity is increasing by the day. The vote share is increasing exponentially by the day for Aam Aadmi Party. And for BJP and Congress, it is coming down. For Congress, it is going down very steeply, but for BJP also, it's coming down slowly. That is the difference. So whereas we are going up and they are coming down, so there's going to be a point where we will overtake these people. We've already overtaken these people as far as the recent surveys are concerned. So this is going to translate into votes.
It's interesting you talk about, the reference that's being made to you as kingmakers. Now, let's say there is a scenario tomorrow. You're confident that you will get a lot of seats, but let's say there is a hung assembly. Now, principally and ideologically, you've opposed both the Congress and the BJP. You've maintained equidistance. But let's say you don't get a majority on your own, and if you still refuse to join hands with either of the two parties, then what happens?
We will neither support Congress nor support BJP, nor will we take their support and form the government. Because the people who are going to vote for us, they are the people who are voting against BJP and Congress, and we'll cheat these people if they do that. If we do that, so either BJP and Congress join hands to form the government, or there will be a repoll, and if there's a repoll, we are very confident then in that repoll there will be a sweeping victory.
But then, again, nobody wants frequent elections. It would be quite unfortunate if after such a massive exercise that involves such a huge amount of public money, there is no clear majority for any party, and then are you saying that we may not even have a government at the end of the day?
There's no problem. What is the problem? You see, the amount of money that is being siphoned off by this Congress and BJP, I think the amount involved in a re-election is going to be a pittance compared to the money that these people are siphoning off. I think that will be a very small cost to have a clean government.
But then again, how are you sure that we will have any party emerging with a clear majority even then? Because look at what's happening in politics at the centre. It's been well over a decade. We've not had a single, government where there was rule of just one party. Many say it's a thing of the past. And if that scenario were to emerge even in Delhi, what makes you so sure that you will come back with a majority? And you are a new party.
It's not for us to decide. It is for the people to decide. They have to decide. About 4 days back, a TV anchor asked me कि अरविंद जी आपने सोचा है कि अगर आप नवंबर के चुनाव हार गए तो आप क्या करोगे? मैंने कहा ये मुझे थोड़ी सोचना है, ये तो आपको सोचना है कि हम नवंबर के चुनाव हार गए तो आप क्या करोगे? आपकी ज़िंदगी बर्बाद है उसके बाद. So the people have to decide. Why should I bother? I am doing my duty. We have put everything on stake. We have put our life on stake. We have put our families on stake. We have put our savings on stake. We have put everything on stake. That's all we can do.
And also, Arvind, there's a lot of talk about how you're up against very big players. The Congress and the BJP, these are major political parties that have been around for decades. They have a lot of money power. And we know for a fact that money power always, inevitably, plays a very big role in electoral politics in India. You're somebody who's obviously challenging that model of election funding. But again, some would say, is that too idealistic? Is that going to work on the ground given the rough and tumble of electoral politics in India?
उनके पास पैसा है, हमारे साथ जनता है, और दोनों को कंपेयर करके देख लो. एक देयर इज अ सेइंग कि इतिहास गवाह है कि जब जब पैसे और जुनून के बीच में जंग हुई है, जुनून जीतता है, पैसा हारता है. इस बार भी जुनून जीतेगा.
You're fairly confident, huh?
Of course we are confident because हमारा सच्चाई का रास्ता है. सच्चाई हार नहीं सकती. देर हो सकती है पर हार नहीं सकती सच्चाई.
And what about all this talk about the big parties pumping in money, whether it is spending a lot of money on campaigning, big banners, big posters, big rallies, there are also allegations that votes are bought. How do you propose to counter something like that? Because that's a problem that's been around for decades in this country. It's nothing new. And it's there, whether we like it or not. It exists.
All right. So when Anna sat on Anshan, believe me, we didn't have any money. The first day when we had to put up the tent at Ramlila Maidan, we just had 80,000 rupees on our bank account. And we started off. And it became a huge movement with no money. And within 4 days, I think there was a collection of almost 1 crore of rupees. So, अगर आप ईमानदारी से काम करते हो और अगर आप अपना सब कुछ लगा देते हो, फिर ऊपर वाला कहीं ना कहीं से तो भेजता है. सारा काम मेरा थोड़ी है, थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर वाला भी करेगा.
That's interesting because we've also been talking about how you have these people, NRIs, all kinds of people coming forward and donating huge sums of money. Tell us a little bit about those people.
It's not just, there are two ways. One is ये गौरव है, इसको तनख्वाह नहीं मिलती. ये पता नहीं क्यों लगा हुआ है. वो पता नहीं क्यों आई हुई है. ये सारे जितने टोपी पहन के बैठे हुए हैं, इनको किसी को तनख्वाह नहीं मिलती. ये सारे अपना अपना काम धंधा छोड़ के बैठे हुए हैं, अपनी अपनी जिंदगी दांव पे लगा के बैठे हुए हैं. ये सब लोगों को ये लग रहा है कि नवंबर के बाद कुछ होएगा इस देश के अंदर. इट इज दैट होप दैट इज कीपिंग देम अलाइव. और कुछ ना कुछ तो होएगा. सिमिलरली देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर अब्रॉड, दे वांट अ चेंज इन दिस कंट्री, और वो समय तो दे नहीं सकते, सो दे आर डोनेटिंग मनी. फॉर इंस्टेंस अ पर्सन हु इज इन हांगकांग हु वर्क्स विद अ बैंक डोनेटेड 50 lakh rupees last week. And when someone asked him, he said ki even if his family doesn't know, he said that is his entire life savings that he has donated. And he says that he is going to encourage many of, he wanted me to visit Hong Kong, but right now I just don't have time. And he says he is encouraging many of his friends to do likewise. So I think it's the hope that something will change.
Last question. You said उनके पास पैसा है, हमारे पास जनता है. But do you at all feel that these factors, money, other factors, could put your party at a disadvantage compared to the big players?
I don't think so.
You have no such concerns?
Absolutely not. पैसा बहुत छोटी चीज़ है. पैसे को बहुत बड़ा बना दिया गया है. पैसा बहुत छोटी चीज़ है. और लोगों को अभी तक इस पे भरोसा नहीं है. सच्चाई की ताकत पे भरोसा नहीं है लोगों को. पिछले 2 साल में इन्होंने हमारे खिलाफ पता नहीं क्या क्या किया. सारे षड्यंत्र रचे इन लोगों ने हमारे खिलाफ. मतलब ऑर्डिनरी, हमारे पास तो कुछ भी नहीं था, हमारे पास तो पैसा भी नहीं था, हमारे पास तो कुछ नहीं था. ऑर्डिनरीली तो हम खत्म हो चुके होते अभी तक. केवल एक ही चीज़ है, सच्चाई की ताकत, जिसने हमको बचा के रखा था. और जैसे मैंने एक जगह किसी ने पूछा द सेम क्वेश्चन कि उनके पास तो पैसा है जी, आपके पास क्या है? मैंने कहा हमारी सच्चाई है. हाँ वो तो ठीक है, सच्चाई है आपके पास, लेकिन और क्या है? तो लोगों को सच्चाई की ताकत पे भरोसा ही नहीं बचा. हमारा समाज इतना ज़्यादा खराब हो चुका है. इस बार दिखाएंगे कि सच्चाई और ईमानदारी के अंदर कितनी बड़ी ताकत है.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Arvind, for your time. Thanks a lot.